Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Press Any Key, episode 78. Remember, don't say anything. Episode 78. I'm your host, Pat Ambrano. With me, as always, my esteemed co-hosts, Nick Habershow, Mike Burke, and our lovely engineer, Jess Rossi.
Hey.
Give it up, everyone. Nice round of applause.
Wow.
If you like anything you see or hear or anything, subscribe to the channel and go follow us on all of our social media. All those links will be below. That's your job now.
I definitely thought you were about to go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Comedy.
Two for one.
That was perfect.
That was great.
Just, you're killing it today.
And
That
go
was great.
fuck
Thanks,
yourself.
guys. Thank
She
you.
gets one compliment and then she's a killer on the board.
Really, yeah, like we're going to get way more drops. You just got to pump up Jess in the beginning.
Pump me with nasal next.
This so next.
There are going to be new drops just coming out. She's just back there engineering them.
Remixing drops.
Next.
So what are we talking about
What do
this
we got
week, Pat?
today, baby?
We got some fun shit to talk about this week, you guys. First of all, main topic for this week.
Supreme Court decision.
That's right.
2022.
That's
Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder. That's right. Thor Supreme Court. That's what we're talking about. Then we're doing that. What is this? Explain this to me. I don't understand.
All right, so the new AI, Dall-E, that's, what do you call it?
I call it Dall-E because I want to sound like
Dall-E.
Dall-E. Yeah, I want to sound like Pitbull.
It's spelled like Wally.
That's exactly what I
so
thought.
I call it
so
Dall-E.
that's-
Anyway,
yeah.
it's an
Dall-E.
AI image generator, and I made a game around it. So we're gonna be playing a little.
Do you have like
guessing
all
game.
of those assets?
They're in the show.
They're just
Oh,
photos,
they
buddy.
are. Okay, cool.
So when
Obviously,
it-
see,
when-
I didn't.
Yeah, when
Right.
When we get to that point, I'll.
All right. So then we Amsterdam, new trailer that dropped. Looks like a fun little romp.
With
We'll talk
every,
about that.
Every
Little
single,
about it.
every
And there's
single
also some-
actor in Hollywood.
Some
in it,
Well, there's some Twitter controversy about it.
which I did not look up yet. So
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah. I was pretty adamant about that.
I know.
Gaming news. We got some gaming news. I won't spoil what's in the gaming news, but we got good gaming news. Fun gaming news.
Good and fun.
Yeah.
Good, clean fun.
And starting off though, RoboCop trailer.
Oh, we're doing it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said I put it in at the top.
Called an
All right.
audible. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Nick, you were the big proponent of this.
I mentioned it about a half an hour ago. All I was saying is
I'll pull up a
I
video
watched
of it.
the trailer, and from what I saw, the footage looked like it was from a PS2. That's what it looked like to me. But I'm just glad that we're getting some RoboCop content that isn't like a reboot. It's going back to the original movie. So
Yeah. So we're getting RoboCop video game in development coming out in 2023 by Nikon. I don't know how to. Nasonex.
Nasonex.
RoboCop Rogue City. First-person shooter that puts players in the
Dude.
total body prosthesis of
What
Alex
was
Murphy.
that shirt? Hold
RoboCop.
up, Nick. You might be onto something, bro. Is this
There is-
supposed to be a shirt on
Yeah.
him?
That
No,
looks
that
like
is
a
that
sh-
is a texture.
It's a part of his body.
that looks like a shirt that Joe wears
It's
to go
not
to the
coming
gym.
up, just so you know.
Oh, it is.
No, I can't see it.
Oh, that's all right.
Wah.
Shit, that's gonna be.
Wait.
A
But I mean,
problem
even
for
the
game
dude's
later.
suit looked like, we can just hold our phone up to the camera.
We're not doing that, Mike.
No.
But yeah, like just the number one, the trailer looks very old, but also it's just all shooting. It doesn't tell you anything else about the game, but it's just straight up shooting.
This looks like Spider-Man for GameCube. Like it looks to that quality of.
Which was what year?
Oh God, what Pat?
2002.
2002. Right, that you. Shit.
2002. For sure. Oh, God.
Oh
damn.
God, that dude's
Yeah,
head
but it
blew
does
up.
look sick. Like, it's got the targeting system, like Ed 204
Ed
or
209.
204. And it does look like they're going to talk about some interesting ideas because they talk about how, like,
We all
What?
somewhat hesitate in a life and death situation. Why?
Listen, I would trust this guy with my kids. I mean, if I had any. This was just an isolated glitch.
so, like, they're talking about his humanity,
Yeah.
which is cool. It seems like they got the essence of the original movie, which is like, is Peter Weller really a human?
Yeah, the real man.
The real man.
Is he really a human? Can he be trusted?
You can't
This
have
week
that
on
voice.
60 Minutes.
You can't have that voice and be human.
Human?
It's just not possible.
Ooh, man.
But yeah, I like the RoboCop property. I'm just this game looks old. That's
Also,
all. That's really all I've got to say about
A
it.
good chunk of that looked like pre-render or like cutscene, and it still looked horrible.
Oh yeah, I mean, like it. I
don't want to judge it.
It's just a
I'm
reveal
judging it
though,
based
and
on
I don't
that.
think there's any release date around it. So we'll see.
2023 is all it says.
Yeah,
but
so it's got time. It's
coming
got
to-
more time in the oven.
Also, I mean, while we're on this, this little sidetrack moment, the Terminator game that you mentioned,
yeah.
I'm excited for that because that's the game I've been dreaming about since I was a little boy.
An open world Terminator game.
Yeah, Terminator
be awesome.
Survival Project, a survival game set in the universe's bleak machine-ruled future, which it's just going to be like Fallout.
Yeah, so
but
Fallout.
I don't hate it. I'm trying.
But
to
is it
see.
the type of game, or is it the type of property that warrants that type of game?
I feel like they've always kind of fucked up expanding the Terminator universe. Like after Terminator 2, they haven't really known what to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Even when they do go to the future where Skynet is, overrun the whole entire world, they've really kind of dropped the ball. In the one where they had
Christian Bale,
Sam
Worthington.
everything that it was who's the kid who died, Anton Yelkin.
Oh yeah.
Everything that in that movie that focused on him and band of survivors living in this apocalyptic world, that was good. And then whenever it was the John Connor story stuff, that was all garbage. In my opinion.
I thought the Sam Worthington part of that movie was the best, but I get what you're saying, that they haven't really stuck.
They haven't really
and
they haven't really explored like what it would be like to live in. The whole reason the movies exist is because like it's gonna be the worst possible future that you could imagine. Let's never explore that ever.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know for me what would make a game or like what differentiates a Terminator game.
Have you ever played any of the games from the franchise?
No, I don't think so.
They're mostly like the ones that I played. I wish I could remember the titles of the games that I played as a kid. But they're primarily where you're like a warrior in John Connor's army fighting, and like it's a really cool aesthetic on a like a shooter game. Because I'm not really a shooter kind of guy.
PS2, there was a third person Terminator game that had Arnold come back to actually reprise his role. I never played the full game, but I did play the demo a shit ton. And
Is that
it was
Rise
good.
of the Machine?
I think it was no. Hold on, let me look it up. Third person Terminator game PS2. Not Rise of the Machines. I think it was Redemption. Yeah, Redemption for sure.
I know
Oh, okay.
Redemption.
Because Redemption is $45 used, which means that people want it. So
Still
it was,
good.
Right.
yeah, it was still a good game.
But for like an open world type of game, I almost pictured like being a similar kind of vibe as like a zombie game. You know what I mean? Like you got to be quiet. You kind of got to hide. Maybe it's not the kind of situation where you have to build
Like
structures or anything.
encampments or anything?
But yeah, like you kind of meet people along the way and then have rescue missions and shit like that and kind of sneak around.
I feel like if
I'm
they
into
they
that.
take like the Far Cry approach, that would be the coolest way to go about it. Where it's just like open world, no rules,
interesting.
no physics, and like then and like you fight Terminators along the way in style. Like I feel like that's the best way to go about it. And like instead of building encampments, right, you upgrade your fortress or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you did this mission, so you unlock this, so now you upgrade this. You know what I mean? Or like
You're a sucker for a skill tree.
I love the Ubisoft games.
Right.
Okay, it's actually disgusting how hard Ubisoft has me hooked.
Well, think about to me what I would like to see is if like think about how you get different like safe houses in Grand Theft Auto. Imagine that where it's like, okay, we went and we found the keys to this like city hall and now we have access to this building. Something to that
that's
effect
cool.
where you could unlock new waypoints around the map.
We don't know like anything about the story or right?
just speculating.
Yeah, I think if they do it like they did Fallen Order, where it's kind of like here is stuff happening, in the existence of the world, and like just like that could work too. Like where you don't
Just throw
necessarily
you into the mystery.
yeah, where you don't necessarily need like your pure hero or like your John Connor kind of person, and it's just
Right.
like you are, which is probably how they're gonna do it. You're just like a random person
Yeah.
in like a survival mode with it.
This would be fun. Create your own character. I want a bandana and fingerless gloves.
Oh, you know.
I want
you're
an
gonna
eye
get that.
patch.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
I want an eye patch too, for sure. I want two.
You want 2 eye patches?
Yeah, can't see at all.
Just have a Terminator eye behind one of them.
Yeah.
I definitely
Oh,
want.
wait a minute. There's an idea.
An eye.
Can you be a Terminator?
Oh.
I
A
don't want.
T-800. Would Arnie make a presentation? These are the real questions.
I don't think so. I don't think he would.
They'll get Robert Patrick back to be
Yeah.
the Liquid Terminator.
Liquid Man.
Liquid Man. Have you seen this boy?
Okay. So yeah. Enough about Robot Men though. On
I could talk about those robot men all day.
Half of our show is Robot Men.
on to gods. On to Valhalla. No, God of War Ragnarok got given a release date. November 9th, 2022. Which is very nice because I feel like that's right in the middle or like right at the tail end of the season of holy shit, so many new fucking games just came out. You know what I mean?
What else we got in that time frame?
There's Gotham Knights is definitely coming out like 2 weeks
cool.
before. I am fairly certain there is Mario and Mario Rabbids 2
yeah.
is coming out.
There's a lot.
Yeah,
Last,
it's always
Last
like
of Us Part 1
Last
is
of Us
being
Part 1.
released. There's just like
There's
been a
literally
big
done.
like gap of shit in between here. Yeah, Marvel's Midnight Suns is coming out. Rabbits.
September's biggest
October's
game is
big.
Last of Us Part 1 for sure. We got Evil West is in September.
Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, which will be big for
Overwatch
Switch.
2 is in October. Marvel's Midnight Suns, Mario Rabbids, Gotham Knights, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, the Resident Evil Reverse, and the Winter's Expansion DLC all comes out that week. November has God of War Ragnarok and Skull and Bones come out a day apart from each other. The open world pirate game that Ubisoft's putting out.
Oh, cool.
It's multiplayer too, so we can get in on that shit.
Pirates and Ubisoft. are sold.
Yeah, that's a fucking lot of games. So this is coming out right, and like it's capping off the list. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like the very last 2 games of interest, at least to me. It's capping off the list besides for one more, and that's the Callisto Protocol, which is December.
Which is December, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's a whole month after, so we'll be long and done by that game at that point. But so Skull and Bones and God of War Ragnarok come out a day apart from each other. So that means you're gonna have your single player game and you're gonna have your multiplayer game. So when you have friends online, you guys are playing Skull and Bone. You're hanging out by yourself, and you're done crying for the day. You fire up your PS5 and you get ready for God of War Ragnarok.
And you start crying.
And you start crying again. Yeah. Also, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet come out too.
Yes, sir.
So I won't play those, but they'll be big in this house.
Double D loves those Pokemon
Yeah,
games.
you can't get enough of them. But this has been what's gonna be the end of like a 5-year wait, pretty much.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay, so 4 years.
Still.
Remember, they're ending the storyline with this one, so those will be the 2 games in the Norse mythology. Afterwards, rumors have been maybe Egypt. The Egyptian gods would be fun. I feel like it'd be such a waste to build up such great characters in these games and then not do any more of them. So they're going to do more. It's just not going to be Cory Barlog's team for sure.
Right.
It's going to be the B team.
It's a B
But they're
team.
still great. Hey, they still make better video games than 90% of the people in the industry. But I'm excited. I'm very happy. This is one of those games where it's like you see it on the list and you're like, it's never gonna come. Like it's like one of those types of vibes.
Well, it got delayed, right? Or did they just never like announced when it was?
No,
gonna...
it got delayed. But I think it got delayed because it was well into development when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I don't think it was one of those things where like that severely delayed it. What the biggest delay was Christopher Judge got in a car accident and he had to have double hip replacement, or I think a hip replaced and like both his knees replaced.
Damn.
And he plays Kratos and he is a giant man.
Yeah.
He is a huge human being. So they wanted to wait for him to heal because they wanted to get his performance. So they waited for him, and however long his healing.
You're talking about for mocap, not just voice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. So for whatever, they wanted their chemistry.
Yeah.
So whatever how long his healing process was, that's what really delayed the game.
You're gonna have like the first half of the game where he's like super agile and like doing flips and shit, and then it's like
Got a cane.
got like just like boy, limp. Let me help you
Put a tennis ball on my walker, please.
on my sword, like pulling himself along.
But yeah, I'm excited, and like I said, it's not super interesting, but I feel like it'd be fucked up if we didn't mention it on this show
Oh, absolutely.
because I'm gonna play the shit out of it. Well, it's coming out for PS4 as well,
Yeah.
so you guys can play the lesser.
I've still
version.
got to play the 2018.
You
version
should
of
play.
this.
That's a good fucking
Oh,
game.
I
I
haven't
know.
played any of the games. Where would be a good point to
Start
jump in?
in the
Start.
beginning.
No.
Start
you-
in the beginning. Go back to like PlayStation 1.
Okay.
No,
there were
no
there was
thanks.
none on
PlayStation 2 is
Yeah.
where it was,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, okay. So if you wanted to play God of War, right? Like just to start playing God of War games, you can start at 2018. That's where I started. I didn't play any of the ones before that because they just didn't interest me. I went back and played those after playing this one. They're two totally different games.
Yeah.
And they tell two totally different stories just with the same characters in the same continuity. So it's not like you really need it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could also watch a video.
Yeah. Why
Why are you gonna play it? You should.
You gonna play?
Probably not, but
It's
maybe
It's
one
also
day.
on PC too.
yeah, but it's $60, right?
50.
50, but it's my
G2A is
it's my
35.
right.
I'm still struggling to keep up with Fallen Order. I got to jump back into that one.
Yeah. This is my like Elden Ring Dark Souls argument though. It's like you can play the really good one with all of the mechanic kind of fleshed out, and then if you want to go back, it's gonna be like, jankier because it's like, we didn't do this, or like the movement is just worse.
Yeah, but it's not the same type of game.
I
Like,
know it's not.
Like God of War 2018 is like this new perspective. It's got a totally new combat system. It's like got light RPG elements, whereas God of War, like the original back in the day,
real
is
hack
like
and
this
slash,
top-down
like, yeah.
hack and slash, like fixed camera angles type of vibe. It's it's
But
not
you
looking
care
to
about story. So
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
if you
do.
wanted to have a really good story told to you, you
I like story, and I like being able to explore an environment.
yeah,
so-
you can explore Midgard for sure.
yeah, the older ones are very linear.
This one is, don't lie to him. This one is too, but there are places you can explore.
Linear is fine, but
But the old ones are almost like screen by screen combat linear.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
They're fun.
like that Simpsons game we played at the barcade.
Slightly different than that, but
Sure, yeah.
yes, Nick, if that helps you.
It's very linear.
Yeah, literally left to right. That's a side scroller, baby.
You guys good?
We're good. We're good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just want to make sure. Just want to make sure. All right, well, yeah. Anyway, I'm playing this fucking game when it comes out, and we're going to talk about it on this show. So you better play it. You better play it. You could watch a
Don't.
stream.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll watch a stream.
Nah, you
Do that.
should, nah, you got to get on the sticks more.
Well,
On the ones and
Ain't that always
twos
the
and the
case?
sticks.
What'd you say?
that's always the case. I'm always, but like that's the thing. Like the boys, I'm like, I really want to watch the boys, but I don't have time to watch 3 seasons in a week.
Oh, yeah, I know, but now you can start.
That's the plan.
I was going to start Stranger Things tonight, but Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Sunday nights, it has to be done.
That's what it
All right.
is.
Anyway, so we all know that we're headed for a big recession, right? It's coming. All right. And not to alarm anyone, but your money's not going to be worth anything in a few months.
Oh shit!
No, I actually don't know what the extent of it is going to be, but I know everybody's saying it.
Wait, you're not an economist?
No.
Take
Believe it or
financial-
not.
We are giving financial advice here on.
No, I don't know what it is, but either way, it's even now the video game
You're gonna
industry.
want to buy a game of God of War Ragnarok. It's gonna be worth a lot more money than your actual dollars.
Interestingly enough, the video game industry was long thought to be recession proof because
People need entertainment.
The
and
global
escapism.
elites are controlling all the video games.
because while people are unemployed, they're
What else are you
they're
gonna
using
do?
their unemployment to play video games. However, kind of Not the, what? Go ahead.
I just thought about the thing that Mitch McConnell said the other day. He's like, yeah, the economy is going to bounce back whenever he spends all that money that we sent him during the pandemic. It's like, yeah, we're still sitting on that $1,000.
I've been waiting. It's just getting worse and worse as a check.
I missed that money the other day.
Yeah,
I was
well,
like, damn. I
He's
wish
like,
they were
you
still-
just got to wait for everybody to buy the Xbox.
The new
Fuck him.
Xbox
All right.
Nintendo coming out.
Nintendo, they're going to get the Pokemon.
Pokemon.
So either way, the video game industry is actually projected to take a hit this year from the incoming big recession that your money won't be worth anything in anymore, which is not hyperbole or satire.
The euro is about $1 now, so
They're coming, okay?
global economy.
So pretty much sales are expected to contract by, guys, this is a mega fucking huge number.
7.
1.2% overall.
Right, and then taking into consideration
$188 billion this year. That's it. That's all they're gonna make.
Oh,
Video game
man.
industry.
How are they gonna?
What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
How are they gonna survive?
How are they gonna survive?
God damn!
And
What are we gonna do? We gotta shut the podcast down.
I know
we should
we're
just-
gonna have nothing to fucking cover.
Well, we can't buy anything.
I know it's not gonna be worth it. Apparently, a contraction of 1.2%.
Here's
They're gonna
what-
jack all the prices
Here's
up.
what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to start streaming and pay them in experience.
Okay.
Oh,
We'll just they'll get exposure. We'll pay them in exposure on our
Yeah.
streams.
I remember getting paid in exposure. Back in the day. It was
Yeah.
a shit.
It's a good learning experience for them.
But it is compared to over COVID, it grew from 2019 to 2021. It grew by 26%.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
So
Again.
they'll only be up.
Yeah, they're only up 24%. Like, it's like fucking kidding me. Like,
It was such bullshit. And like the whole thing is like, all right, so it's a kind of crazy statistic. And I know you guys are going to fact check it because every time I mention it, people are like, there's no fucking way. And people are always
ready.
shocked when they find out. You know, the video game industry makes more money than the film and TV industry. I mean, the film and
Yeah, I
music
don't believe that.
film, TV, and music industry combined, right?
combined.
Yes, it does. Look it up.
Well, Nick's doing the fact.
Nobody
checking
makes
right now.
$188 billion a year in Hollywood.
Are you
About The Rock.
The biggest, the biggest movies of the year, like let's say there's 3 or 4 of them, make $1 billion something dollars.
Right, yeah. Top Gun just
broke $1 billion. Okay.
And how many
Dude.
movies do that?
Overall, the
$1 billion.
overall the Marvel Cinematic Universe has only ranked in like 30 billion over its fucking 15, not 30 billion.
This is
it's like
annual,
24,
right? This is
24 billion over its like 15-year career or whatever.
yeah. It's
188 billion
in 2022.
annually, boys.
fucking hell.
The video game industry makes so much goddamn money. You
They gotta
don't
start making
realize how
some
big it is.
Movie and TV DLC.
The
and
other
maybe
thing
they'll
is
be able to compete.
50%
That's
of
literally what Disney Plus is.
50%
Oh,
of
shit,
units as
you're
counted
right.
as gamers are fucking mobile gamers.
Well, that's the thing. It's
Okay.
all of the mobile gaming,
Like-
which is such
And all the
such
kids
a
buying
huge-
stuff with their parents' credit
Yeah,
cards.
all them
exactly.
Fortnite kids buying their phones.
So like I'm not like it's really not hyperbole, and I'm not fucking around. And like I have gotten into fucking people red in the face being like, there's no way that's true. It's like, dude, look at their fucking revenues. Like cumulatively, the biggest franchise in Hollywood isn't even close like to what the video game industry makes annually.
what's
You know
the
what I mean?
biggest?
It's the MCU.
Peanuts. The
Peanuts.
Snoopy and
Yeah.
Charlie Brown.
Yep.
My guy.
Everybody loves the Charlie Brown
Everybody
cinematic
loves Joe Cool.
The fucking
What's that?
Peanuts cinematic universe.
What's that fucking Stewie? Oh God, what's Snoopy?
Snoopy
He's
and
got his own
Woodstock.
Red Baron
Yeah.
franchise.
Yeah.
Well, that's why they love him. He's just, he's a World War II fighter pilot.
What's that Family Guy clip where it's Pigpen and it's the Sally? Is that her name? What's the other
Lucy or
one?
whatever,
Lucy.
and it's
there we
like-
go.
No, I think it's Sally.
And she's like,
she's got a UTI.
yeah, and he's like, so you're saying it burns when you pee, and Pigpen's right next to her,
In
and
a
he's like,
dust cloud.
yeah, and he goes, and oh, they're both in a dust cloud. That's right. And she goes, I wonder why that is.
Oh, you've been back into Family Guy hard, bud.
Dude, those clips are the best. But yeah, video game industry makes a lot of fucking money, and it's gonna shrink by 1%. Get
also,
over
like,
it.
it's stupid to say like that. It's not recession proof when it's shrinking by what is even considered like, just like a normal, like if you just consider a new normal 2% growth,
What you would call peanuts.
what I would call peanuts.
I mean, recessions are retroactive too, so you
No,
don't
but,
even know
like,
you're in one until you look at the last 6
what
months.
I'm saying is like the
so
the
how do they
average,
even know?
average cost of living is not this year, but 2% on LA, and it's like it's contracting by less than that. So how are you saying it's like, oh fuck, like this is not recession proof anymore?
Oh shit.
Whereas some people will lose their homes in the coming years. All right, so there was a trailer put out, boys.
A trailer?
Yeah, for a film that got everyone all juiced up, called
Because they're all in it.
called Amsterdam.
Wait, what's it called?
Amsterdam.
There's no P. There's Amsterdam.
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 Like hamster.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
It's fine.
I don't think I've ever said Amsterdam in my life. It's just Amsterdam.
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 We got that Amsterdam trailer coming up.
I'm gonna play the trailer.
Can you see the screen?
She probably won't be
Probably
able to.
not.
Well, that's a problem.
Well, I saw the preview.
Jess, it's up
Theaters.
for Rob. No. As in for the game.
Yeah, later on, we need the people to see the screen.
But yeah, so
Oh.
you all saw this trailer prior to Thor, right?
Yes.
But that's when
Yeah.
you Maybe optimistic. But every single person is in this movie. It is. You want me to? I'll just run them down.
yeah.
So we have Christian Bale. We have Margot Robbie.
Read them as fast as you can.
Christian Bale. I'll read them to. We didn't start the fire, and we can get to.
Yes. Wait.
Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Michael B. Jordan, Chris Rock. Jonathan. Yeah. So Christian Bale, Margot Robbie, Michael B. Jordan, Chris Rock, John David Washington, Anna Taylor-Joy, Robert De Niro is in this. Rami Malek, Mike Myers is in it, which it's his comeback.
Year of Myers.
It's the year of Mike Myers and
seen
Keke
anything.
Palmer. Timothy Oliphant is in it. Zoe Saldana is how I think you say her name, right?
So Saldana, yeah.
I don't know who that guy is. Don't know who that guy is. Michael Shannon is in it.
You see it now? No, Jess.
A lot of this actually happened,
No.
but
I think Christian Bale looks great as a man with one eye.
I agree. This
good
has
look for him.
like it slightly has like Wes Anderson vibe about it.
You think so?
I
Just
think-
because it's got so many like great
it's
character actors.
Got all the character actors, and how Christian Bale is in this feels like a I mean, from what we limitedly have, it feels like a Wes Anderson, like weird, quirky kind of character.
Does this feel like it's gonna be? It has the potential to be like legacy film to you.
What do you mean?
Like this feels like it's gonna like it could potentially be one of the movies. When you talk about the movie industry, this is one of the movies. Does that make sense?
Maybe. I mean, like,
Oh, Taylor Swift is in it?
I feel like it also depends on
Yeah.
how it does at the box office and critically and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
This movie has some BDE, is what I'm saying.
yeah,
it does.
It definitely does have some BDE for sure.
But like, we don't know anything about the movie. Essentially, it's a crime comedy,
Crimedy.
a comedy,
A crimedy.
a comedy.
Yeah, this looks good. Though.
Comes
I
out
do
in
want-
July, right? No.
See, November.
Right? Not
November.
the trailer.
Not this
came out.
July.
Yeah.
Silly boy.
A silly boy.
Silly boy. I like how
But-
they're not announcing movies a year in advance now, though. That is nice.
Yeah, I'm getting like Wes
Um,
Anderson and Quentin Tarantino.
So
I'm getting more like a Scorsese kind of. It's
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. Maybe that's probably
Yeah.
why. It's just like the scope of it feels so big, you know.
I'm getting like from the Inglorious Bastards, like
Okay, I get
That
the
kinda-
I
that
guess
kinda-
what I'm not seeing is the Wes Anderson part of it.
that's okay. You don't have to, buddy.
Mike, I'm sorry. I don't understand it.
I don't get it.
Pat, how are you doing over there? What's going on?
good. I'm chilling. All right. So
Yeah, but
listen.
it's literally just all we have about it is a lot of this actually happened.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's three friends altered the course of American history.
So Forrest Gump.
But
with
first of
three of
all,
them.
I'm loving the Christian Bale comeback. Okay, Christian Bale said he was going to take some time off a few years ago, after I think it was what's that movie?
Batman.
You know
No.
which one it is. It's Good Will Hunting.
Help, foreign policy for Bush. What's his
where he was Dick
Vice.
Cheney?
That's the
Yeah.
one, yeah.
Foreign policy.
After that, he said he was taking a break and he wasn't going to dramatically change his body anymore for performances because
And he was Gore the God Butcher.
his doctors were like, "Hey, chill." So,
Chill, man. You're not young anymore.
however, he's come back and he's finally, and I mean, like, what a way to come back! First as Gore the God Butcher, and then in 1 year, I mean, like, one of the biggest movies of the year, and then I mean, like, it's Christian Bale, so I'm always under the impression that no matter what Christian Bale's in, he's going to be good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that he's one of the actors where he plays such a versatile kind of like character role. It's like a similar. All right, I need help now. Who is the uncle? No. Who's Sirius Black in?
Gary Oldman.
Thank you. He's got like Gary Oldman vibes.
All right, give us another one.
Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman.
Another.
Yeah, I want to guess another actor.
Gary Oldman was Commissioner Gordon in
Right.
Dark
Gary
Knight.
Oldman.
Yeah, there you go.
Got
That's
it.
the one.
I'm on fire.
He's also Dracula. Anyway,
Gary Oldman.
but that isn't to say that the whole cast isn't spectacular because what is it? John David Washington, Margot Robbie,
You didn't
Michael
hear
Shannon.
We Didn't Start the Fire?
Anna Taylor-Joy,
Anna
Robert De
Taylor-Joy,
Niro,
Robert De
Rami
Niro.
Malek.
Yeah, I saw De Niro in this trailer. I was like, I forget De Niro still exists. Like, he's around.
Well, he died in Joker, so
yeah,
like,
that's
And he
right.
was-
I
he
saw
was
him
played
get shot in
by-
the head.
He was CGI in The Irishman.
oh yeah, young De Niro.
It was just a
Help, I'm shiny.
Help, I'm shiny and young, but move like an old man.
Yeah.
I like how every time you need help with a movie, it's always like, help, I'm
Yeah.
this.
Really helps him get in the character.
Well, that's the dilemma, you know. It's always some sort of strife. You
Yeah,
know? So
right.
it's help, I'm this. Help, I have screaming goats. Help, you know, like. So, it looks this. What? You like?
I was just thinking of other examples. That Tom Hanks movie where he's like, help, I have AIDS.
What Tom Hanks movies?
This is Philadelphia.
what?
What?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, no.
I'm just
a real
I'm,
movie.
I'm gonna Google
Hold on.
Tom Hanks.
No. So anyway, this movie looks like.
It's a real movie,
Tom
confirmed.
Hanks' age just came up with Philadelphia.
All right, well,
Keep
now I gotta
going.
watch it.
Not-
Anyway, this movie looks like Knives Out and a series of unfortunate events crossed over.
We all have such like we're like
Yeah.
we have two movies that we think this is, and
What'd you say?
I said it looks like an Inglorious Bastards and like a Wes Anderson kind of thing.
Okay, what about you?
Goodfellas and what's the Johnny Depp movie where he plays the
Blow.
Blow?
Help! I'm Johnny Depp.
Help!
and
I'm
there's
Johnny Depp and I
drums.
need to smuggle these drugs.
Blow. That would be Blow.
Yeah, I think
Nobody got Knives Out immediately? Am I the only one?
Nope.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
Jess, what are your two movies? Go.
I was kind of getting like a Knives Out vibe.
Nope,
as
you got to come
well.
up with two on
I
your
gotta
own.
And then
Knives
also
Out.
like well, kind of or like Django, Inglorious
I
Bastards.
think you're
kind
gonna
of.
say
Okay.
Jenga.
more like
No.
Jenga.
Yeah.
I'm getting a big Yahtzee vibe from this.
Clue.
Yeah, all right, fair.
Okay. But yeah, she thinks it's a Tarantino feel as well. We're in the right. What are you
I mean,
cracking up
it's-
about? Yahtzee still?
Peter, why are you passed out on the table? Yahtzee. Okay, anyway, so here's something not to laugh about though. This movie's already fucking just marinating in controversy because the director, David O. Russell,
Russell.
has had a noted history of being abusive and he has some allegations against him of sexual assault.
Yeah, that's not
That
great.
seem to have resurfaced in the
Oh boy.
in the
Okay.
light of this trailer coming out. So somebody went ahead and went and made a timeline of his biggest controversies, and I have them here. There's only a
God.
handful. So the first one was in 1999. Apparently, he had a physical altercation with George Clooney. George Duty. George Clooney detailed his own experience working with Russell in 1999's Three Kings in a 2000 interview with Playboy. Scandalous. Calling it a truly, without exception, the worst experience of his life. In the feature, the
Not
actor,
even just acting, just his entire life.
wow.
the actor revealed Russell's abusive behavior towards both members of his crew and extras on the set led to the physical altercation between the two. Clooney recounted the following. It was a dangerous time. I was trying to make things work, so I went over him, I put my arm around him and said, David, it's a big day. But you can't shove, push, or humiliate people who aren't allowed to defend themselves. He turned to me and said, why don't you just worry about your fucked up act? You're being a dick. You want me to you want to hit me? You want to hit me? Come on, pussy, hit me. I'm looking at him like he's out of his mind. Then he started banging me on the head with his head, and he goes, hit me, pussy, hit me. Then he got me by the throat, and I went nuts. Half a decade later, it appeared anonymously between Oscar winners Hadn't Cooled when Clooney sang in the 2004 premiere cover story, quite honestly, if he comes near me, I'll sock him right in the fucking mouth. So they're not cool.
That's wild.
Like, that's wild.
It's
so
on
then
site.
there's the infamous Lily Tomlin video, which I have the video here. I'm not gonna play it on this show.
Why do you have it up?
Because it's quite triggering. You can go look it up for yourself. However, this is a video that details, it's 2 minutes long, of the director is storming around set, hurling obscenities and lashing out at the actress. At one point, he throws the contents of a table between him and Tomlin on the floor while screaming, okay, bitch, I am not here to be fucking yelled at. I worked on this fucking thing for 3 fucking years to have some fucking cunt yell at me in the front fucking crew, and I'm trying to fucking help you, you bitch. Like, so horribly abusive.
This man sounds like he's in a cocaine problem, and he's just like,
How old is this guy now?
Oh, I have no idea.
I'll tell you. He was born in 80. No, never mind. He's
63.
Oh,
jinx.
Oh, double jinx.
Hopefully he's a little bit more mellowed out now.
Now, in fairness, years later, Tomlin claims that she and Russell eventually worked past this outburst, and her quote is, David is a very mercurial person, and that's part why he's so brilliant. You guys know I can't read.
That's okay.
I can't read through the mic stand, and that's the problem. My vision is being split right now, and
You got glasses.
yeah,
so.
I have this here. So
Excuses.
Excuses. Just like the way you said it.
1 year later, the viral rant came back to haunt Russell at the 2012 Gotham Awards when host Mike Birbiglia chose to recite the entire expletive-laden tirade word for word in his opening monologue.
That's fucking
Later
awesome.
in the
That is
ceremony,
so hard.
Russell was presented with a special Gotham Tribute Award honoring his body of work. Wow.
Wait, all right. So what else has he done in his career?
So he's done Spanking the Monkey, Flirting with Disaster, Three Kings,
Spanking the Monkey. Oh, of course.
Spanking the Monkey, I Heart Huckabees, Silver Linings Playbook, and American Hustle, and The Fighter.
Yeah. So then we have, in 2011, his niece claims sexual
this is real
assault
bad.
Here it comes.
by him.
Yeah.
In 2013, he made Amy Adams cry on the set of The Fighter. That eventually co-star Christian Bale stepped in to defend her.
As a
Quote,
fighter.
the leaked transcript says his abuse and his lunatic behavior are extreme even by Hollywood standards.
Who said that? Christian Bale?
The CEO of Sony at the time, Michael Litton.
The Zeitgeist said it.
Amy Adams herself confirmed that Russell's toxic workplace behind behavior, admitting he made her cry nearly every day while working in the Oscar-nominated crime genre. He
Dude.
did. He was hard on me. That's for sure. It was a lot. I was just I was just devastated on set.
David O. Russell. This guy just looks like he wants to.
So
He looks like you want to hit him.
He's kind of been a fucking cocksucker.
George Clooney.
But
I'm on George Clooney.
I think he makes some good movies. So
So it makes it all okay.
It's the classic
no,
the worst person you know makes a
makes
good
a
point.
really good point. Yeah. But either way though, so that came up. So I'm curious to know how
Christian
that's gonna
Bale still chose to work with him again.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how that's going to snowball into the premiere of this, because there's no way that any journalist worth their salt is not going to bring that up.
Mike Birbiglia might again.
Mike Birbiglia very well.
That's the best part of the whole story is that Mike Birbiglia has some fucking balls.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild to just be like, And then because
Can
he's
we
getting
listen
it.
to that? Can we pull up video of Mike Birbiglia just reciting it?
No, we're not going to. We're this
Because
is what I'm talking about.
Mike Birbiglia is a goofy guy.
He's a real goofball, and
He's
I want
a goofball. I want to hear him say mean things.
I have an article open up about it that was going through like the same timeline, and then at the end of the article it says word for word this. So with all of that in mind, do you want to see Amsterdam? On the one hand, he's a real life villain. On the other hand, Mike Myers and Michael Shannon are sharing the screen for the first time. It's a real toss up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hard
That's
decision.
really
Honestly,
what it says.
I mean,
I'm
like,
right there with him.
not a
That's
bad-
the most relatable thing I've read all week.
Did
Not a
he
bad
allegedly
point.
assault his own niece?
Allegedly.
Mike Myers and Michael Shannon.
Yeah.
you just hear those two people talk to each other.
Yeah.
Like, god damn. I think it's gonna be good.
Real Sophie's choice. You know?
You choose. Let us know what you did in the comments, and we'll publicly shame you for it.
There's too many people that are editors online.
Yeah, we'll
now.
see. We'll see how much money it makes. What turns out, be interesting.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Okay, so you've heard of the new AI generator called Dall-E, right, Pat?
Yes.
You know about this.
Only exclusively through you. though,
Only
so.
through me. It's it's an AI system that basically scans the internet based on your your prompts. It can be whatever you want, and it'll generate a series of images.
I put in pussy penis before, and it
Pussy
didn't. It
penis.
did not give me the results I was looking for, but it was
you gotta,
wild.
You got to finagle it a little bit, Mike. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, yeah, it's like I can't believe Pat hasn't seen this all over Twitter.
Well,
Like,
I
you are
have but
on
I-
Twitter.
Yeah, now I have seen it, but like I just didn't know what it is. You know
Mm.
what I mean? That type of thing. And the other thing is that is if you don't merge two things together, like can I just type in boobs and like I'll just get pictures of boobs,
You're-
or will,
you're gonna-
or will they put just a lot of boobs together?
You're
or like,
gonna get like an amalgamation of
oh,
photos.
All
of,
the
it's
boobs
gonna,
on the internet.
It's gonna
Monsters.
be biblically accurate boobs. Like it's what's gonna come up.
Biblically accurate.
shit, man.
So like sometimes like I've tried things where I put in a like, let's say like Danny DeVito as Batman, like, but if you change it so it's just like Danny DeVito Batman, sometimes that'll work better. So you really gotta like play with the wording.
Sometimes it's real hit or miss. Sometimes
Okay.
it's like this worked great.
Got
Other
it.
times
All right.
it's
So
like,
what are we
oh.
doing here today with this?
So I've come up with a series of images. And I've hidden what my prompt was, and I want you guys to figure out what did I type in to get to this point.
Okay.
Some of them I've highlighted a single image. Some of them I've given you the whole series of images. So I started out with an easy one. So Jess, I don't know if we're staring at the screen yet, but
I'm pulling it up now.
so this is image number 1. Can you guess what I typed in to get to this point?
I think I know.
Just you start shouting out.
Okay, so it's Michael Cera, but
Oh,
it's
for
him.
sure.
It's him as the doll, where it's like, where did they touch you in court? Like,
Is it? Is it?
That's not what I typed in, but I like that better. I just put in Michael Cera plushie, and that's what I got.
he looks mad.
Cute. Yeah.
Okay.
He kind of looks
Oh,
like that
God.
haunted doll Robert.
Robert?
That one, like, you guys have never seen that on the
I don't know Robert.
I guess I do different things.
Haunted doll.
I don't really
Robert.
hang out at that. I don't hang out at that VR strip club.
Oh, it does look like Robert.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
It
Oh,
does.
fuck that.
It does
Oh,
now.
hell no.
Wait, what's Robert?
He has like a cork face or
Yeah,
something.
turn that
Like,
around right now.
All right,
Put that away from
so
me.
we'll move on. All right. What did I type to get this?
I think you typed Billie Eilish and Yoda.
yeah, you got it.
It's
Billie
spot on.
Eilish is Yoda. All right, how about this?
You're trying to ask the riddle.
Dude, that one on the middle right ain't bad. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh, bottom left is good too.
So that's the thing. Like Dall-E, it does not process eyes well and
No, it
faces
doesn't.
well.
No,
and
it doesn't.
Most of the time, the eyes just end up as like black holes, and it's terrifying.
I like the top left. Like that looks like a cool drawing.
These are all good, Nick.
What did I type?
oh man, is it Brett Kavanaugh and malt liquor? Is that what you put
What's
in
his
there?
beer quote or whatever?
I like beer.
I like beer.
Wait, look at like the all the hands look like feet.
I like the middle
do.
one.
Yeah,
It's not even his hand.
no. And then the one in the middle right is like screaming about it.
That's because he's got a beer in his
I
hand.
like beer. He's boofing.
He's boofing.
What did I type to get this?
Chris Pratt, Jesus, for sure.
Chris Pratt playing Jesus Christ.
That doesn't look too bad.
I had to, so I did it, and then I had to add Chris Pratt with long hair playing Jesus.
Biblically accurate Chris Pratt.
Oh, God.
Oh no, you did not.
Demogorgon casting couch.
Close.
Paint me
close.
like the French girl Demogorgon.
I was gonna say
No.
Demogorgon backroom casting couch.
No. All right. So think about why would a Demogorgon be laying on a couch?
Watching TV.
No.
He's had a long day at work.
He's not at home.
Is that his girlfriend's?
No.
Why does he look like he's got his dick out on the bottom left? Like,
And in the middle right.
no.
So
Is he
he's-
holding
that-
a machete?
it looks like a bread knife. But that has
Honestly, I don't
nothing to
know.
do with the prompt.
I don't know.
He went to go to therapy. He's laying down on a therapist's couch.
Oh.
the top middle one looks like a Renaissance painting. Like the way
Yes.
that he's like
Oh my
actually.
Yeah.
I like the bottom left.
Dude, there's
He's just-
so much look at my fucking junk energy in all of these
The
images.
bottom left. Do you guys remember that commercial where the girl deflated because
Yes.
she did
Yeah.
drugs?
Oh my God.
It looks exactly
it.
like that on the.
Oh,
couch.
and now I think I'm getting a contact high. Oh, and now I'm deflated too.
All right. What did I
Kim
type in?
Jong Un dancing with the
Stars.
stars.
Yeah.
The
a good
top
one.
middle one is horrible because it looks like it's just a young boy topless, like that he's dancing with. Oh my
Oh
god!
my god.
Osama bin Laden doing stand up?
What?
Yes.
Oh
You
my.
guys are
It looks
ripping,
like he's
dude.
killing. So
I was-
Yeah,
good for
he's
him.
doing well.
Did you say in camo?
One might
or-
say
No.
he's dropping bombs.
Where is he doing stand up? That's the only other thing that I added to this one.
MSG.
Yes, it's
Oh my God.
Osama bin Laden doing stand up at MSG.
The Pope
Pope
DJ.
The Pope DJ.
Yes.
Those are pretty good, actually.
Those came, yeah, that one worked.
these came
Look
out
at-
really
yeah,
good.
look
Top
at the
left
bottom,
is-
like top and
the
that's
the top row legit looks like someone took pictures.
Like a fisheye line.
Yeah,
oh,
it's
dude, the
perspective
bottom
with that.
left
TMZ
one? Oh
caught
my
the Pope
God.
DJing this weekend.
That top middle
open
one.
for Dead Mouse.
That top middle one looks like that's one that he posted on his Instagram artist account and was like, "Love what I do" is the caption or something, you know, like
yeah, every day it's not work.
Yeah.
God bless, bless
Do
up,
what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life.
bless up, or he'll have some sort of like quote from the Corinthians or whatever.
Okay.
I know exactly. I know
oh,
Borat
exactly.
and The Shining.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
for sure.
That one's
Yeah.
great.
Nice.
Oh no. It's-
Okay,
Oh,
that's
Dobby in a
Dobby.
That's
gimp
Dobby
suit.
for sure.
What? Dobby in a gimp suit? I would have never guessed that.
I hate that his eyes look like a fish.
Yeah.
That means he's prey because they're on the opposite sides of his head.
No, stop.
Okay,
Stop.
The next few are going to be a lightning round.
Okay.
There, I realized there's like a secret recipe to the Dall-E thing where it's like if you give a name and then like a manufactured object, it comes out pretty good. Specifically, rubber mask.
Oh no.
So I have a series of
Oh, yeah.
I have a series of rubber masks, and I want you to shout out as quickly as you can who the rubber mask is of, and they're pretty easy. The last one is a trick.
Oh, I'm getting this now. Okay.
The last one is a trick. I'll accept 2 different names for it. So we're
It's twins.
all right, not twins. All right, so all right, as fast as you can, just shout out the name.
Jeff
Jeff
Goldblum.
Goldblum.
Pete
Pete
Davidson.
Davidson.
I just want to hang on this one for a second because it's really fucking.
These
good.
look like they would have been in the
In the
Joker.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson.
the top right one.
My brain was just like the middle right one is my favorite. Like
Take that, woke moralist.
Michael
Jackson.
Or
or
Or Boba Fett. What's up with the...
it's Michael Jackson. Or
what's the dude from Atlanta?
nope.
No, not
Eddie
Teddy
Munson.
Perkins.
Eddie Perkins.
Eddie Perkins. Yeah.
I don't know.
Is-
Who?
Oh, Frodo.
No.
No. Oh, the dude from Stranger Things.
Finn Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard.
Oh, yeah,
That-
the middle
So
one.
which
yeah.
one did you do?
Both. I put them both.
The bottom right one is terrifying.
That's the end of the game. I have a few more on my phone if we want to come back to this later. But
That's fucking.
Dude, that was a really
That was fun.
hysterical.
that's wild
You
that
did a
that
great
works like
job.
that. How'd they put that together?
they're doing a new one. So this is Dall-E Mini. The new one that's coming out, I think is actually going to do like more realistic images rather than them being like an amalgamation. They'll take and actually clip out. So you could take like Borat riding a horse and it'll take a picture of Borat and stick him on a horse.
Have you seen the Google AI image generator? I'll show you it later, but it's a really, really good version where it's just that you type random shit and it like actually makes it look really well.
Oh, cool.
I'll show you it later.
Pull that up right now.
So I did do one search for you guys now that I
Oh.
know how it works, and you want to know what? It was something that you guys had said earlier before we started recording. It's still cooking in the oven right now.
Still cooking.
So let's just give it a couple there, and I'll bring it up for you guys.
I did. This is like, these are actual, and I know
Wow,
y'all can't
these
see
are-
it, but it's, you just type in, you're like a blue jay standing on a basket of macaroons, and it's like, it makes that image. Like these are all,
This is way better.
yeah, it's like practical and proper. I also pulled up boobs on Dall-E, and it's terrifying.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's absolutely,
Did you pull up boobs?
it's
So-
Whoa!
horrendous.
What?
Oh no!
It's horrible.
Wait, we could show that and it would be
So-
fun.
No, I don't think so.
No.
There's no nipples.
Uh,
It took the nipples away.
So I
Spoiler.
looked up one for you guys. I'm not sure if you'll.
Spoilers.
Is that gutters?
Let me pull it up.
Is it
that
something
gutters?
else with gutters, Pat?
Is that a house without gutters?
Oh no, that one's the most suggestive one.
Oh, you did. Oh, you did put cum gutters.
Did put cum gutters.
I did. It's really
I
nothing
don't really
special.
see the cum.
Yeah.
Those
You
just
might, you
look
might have,
like
you might have
regular
to
gutters.
finesse it. I kind of want to see Nick take a shot, like with your
Take a shot at the gutters.
take a shot at the gutters with your manipulation.
No, I kind of want you to pull up boobs.
I'm not pulling.
No,
up
it's
boobs.
you can't like you
I'm
can't
not
show
pulling
this.
up
There's no nipples.
There's
I
no
don't
nipples,
care.
but it's not like no. I regret searching this. Like I don't
This is
want.
not something I want to put give a platform.
This is
to.
something that is in my burned in my brain now, and please don't do it,
You know
anybody.
what I'm
Yeah.
doing when I go home?
This is my Jesus, like I died for your
Come to
sins
Jesus
moment.
moment?
No,
Your Chris Pratt as Jesus carrying a cross with long hair moment.
still looks good.
You good? You guys?
I'm
Okay.
still reeling from the boobs.
Really
Alright.
in the ears.
Well, I'm still reeling from Thor: Love and Thunder.
Are you though?
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you meant by reeling though.
No. Just
Okay. Either way, though, that's our main
The-
topic this
the
week.
audience
So
can't see it, but here's the other images for Dobby in a gimp suit. It just put Dobby like with a gimp. It just the only that one
Standing
image
next to a
just
gimp.
next to
you
a
have,
gimp.
but the way it is for everybody who can't see, it's literally like a stock image photo of like a gimp, like standing there in like an A pose. Holy shit! And Dobby has a black eye in that one.
Dobby get the shit kicked out of him.
That's great.
So anyway, Thor: Love and Thunder. So this opened up massive this weekend. Domestically, this movie made $143 million.
Holy shit!
It's quite a big opening. Internationally, 159 million. Worldwide, 302 million overall. That's pretty fucking good. This will definitely cross the half a billion mark for sure. It's gonna be a big hit. I don't think it'll do $1 billion because not even Ragnarok did $1 billion, but this one for sure.
How much was it
600,
opening
700.
weekend? You say?
302.
Damn.
globally, right?
That's double Minions.
That is
like-
double.
I can't
like
believe we
2
have. I can't
minions.
believe we have not talked about how everybody's wearing suits and going to see them.
Gentlemen.
The
Minions?
gentle
Yeah,
Minions.
I haven't. You guys, I haven't seen one of them. With
I-
how
no,
many times I go to the
You
movies?
are a fucking liar.
No,
I've
I have
never
not.
seen a
Well, I've seen the
Despicable Me.
memes.
Oh,
But
I
I-
thought you were saying you haven't seen the gentle
No,
Minions.
no, I've seen the memes and like I've never seen a Despicable Me or a fucking Minion movie, and I never saw one of those kids all the time I went to the movies. Like
No.
that
Those aren't
entire
kids. They're made up
Gentle.
characters.
Yeah.
They're not real. The minions aren't real.
No, all the kids
They're
going
generated
to
by
see.
Dall-E.
going to see them.
They're Dall-E generated. I think that's
Okay.
the funniest shit where it's like Morbius, like the studio's like, I don't know what to fucking do anymore. It's like, this works for this movie, but we can't get people in to see Morbius again.
It's the only movie to flop twice in the history of film. Anyway, so we're gonna do non-spoilers and spoilers, and this is the first. It's weird. This is the first Marvel movie I noticed that there is there's a certain amount of excitement that gets drummed up for one project over another. Because I said before the show that this theater was absolutely silent the entire time before. Besides for like your normal like laughter at
Guffaws.
stuff like that and like screaming goats, whereas Spider-Man No Way Home was like a fucking 3-ring circus. Like we were cheering every 3 goddamn minutes in that movie for something else that was happening. So
there was setup and payoff for Spider-Man No Way Home. This
yeah
was no one needed. This is
what I would call the junk food of Marvel, where it's just like I'm pigging out.
right. Like
This is all nothing but empty calories.
Like you don't hate eating the entire bag of Cheez-Its.
Yeah, but you hate what it does to your insides.
I have a movie theater experience.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
So I had this is not the first time it happened. I had the reverse experience of what happened to Danny that one time that he told us somebody came and the only seat that was full in the row was the one directly next to him. No. I was that guy this time. And I actually I come in from one end and there's 2 people all the way at the other end. I'm like looking, I'm like, oh, I must be down by those people. I'm directly next to them, and there's a guy, he has his like a bag. He went shopping before the movie, and it's in my, I'm like, hey, can you move that? And I sit directly next to him, and for the next 10 minutes, it's just the 3 of us. I'm like, please let the rest of this row fucking fill
Oh, you were
up.
a fucking weirdo.
And luckily, it did fill up after, but it was like 10 minutes where I was just like, I'm a fucking
That
creep
happened
right
to me
now.
during my 3rd showing of Batman, where there's one guy in the row, and my seat, I was just like, please, 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 and I sit right next to him. And this was when people were still coming in, and Liz was getting like food and going to the bathroom and everything. So him and I just struck up conversation, and he was he's like, yeah, bro, I had to come by myself, like. It's like, my girlfriend didn't want to see this. I was like, dude, I could never date anybody that didn't want to go to the movies with me. And he was like,
You know
man,
what?
that's what I said.
I'm gonna
Like,
break up with her.
Yeah, right.
I hope he went home and broke up with his girlfriend. The guy in the fucking row had a great point, Melissa.
He was
okay?
there for me.
Okay. Yeah.
It's big, like, my friend's in there energy. Nick. Like,
my
friend's
friend's
in
in there.
congratulations.
All right, so I've written down some non-spoiler bullet points. So I think the cast and the characters are good, except for one. And we'll get into that in spoilers. Except for one big red flag throughout the entire time. I'll let you guys all sit with that for a bit so you can figure it out.
I'm interested.
Okay.
And I hope it's not who
I
I'm
have
thinking.
a guess.
But I hope it's not
Next
that.
bullet. Good villain, not Marvel's best though. It's good, but like the bottom rung of good. Like it's just in there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it layup for sure. You know what I mean? Like,
And this is not spoiling anything, obviously, but I think the way that they handled him was very toned down.
Yeah.
Like, definitely for his character and how he is and what he was doing to what happens, what they do.
which is weird because I thought he came with a lot more energy
Can you
than
say
I thought.
that sentence again?
No, I can't. I couldn't if you paid me.
What
This is literally me trying to be like as big as
How
possible.
they handled how he does it, the things that he does when he does them,
the
how
thing that he
do.
does and how he do that thing.
What
that
happened when they
dings.
do?
Okay.
His performance was great. I think it
Yeah.
was just
Christian Bale
they
is
didn't do enough
excellent.
with his.
I
villain.
really think that's the problem.
Well,
is that
I think they
didn't-
did enough. Like he had enough screen time, but they just didn't use him
Yes,
effectively. in
that's
plays.
what I'm saying. Screen
because
time
there
is fine.
is times when he's on screen when you're like, oh, this is fucking sick,
Yeah.
and then you see him other times and you're like, where was this the entire time? You know
know.
what I mean? So, next thing, the jokes. They work for the most part when they're appropriate. When it's not appropriate to have a joke, it's just awkward. It's like they turn the humor up to 11, or it's really what happened is, so there's this rumor going around that since there's all of this MCU content going out right now, like including the TV shows, Kevin Feige has had to divide his attention, and now you're starting to see these more director first Marvel films.
Because that's 100% what this is.
Yes, and you look at Eternals, which was 100% Chloe Zhao. That was a Chloe Zhao movie first before Marvel.
Mm.
You look at Sam Raimi, Doctor Strange 2, clearly a Sam Raimi movie, top to bottom. You look at this movie, clearly Taika Waititi. It's because he's got to pay attention to these fucking stupid TV shows and I mean, listen, it's obvious his hands were all over Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Like, that's the only one that's at the true, like, cream of the crop, like, top tier Marvel, Like,
Cream of the crop.
And I think that this is the big red flag to be like, okay, like, you got to ring him in.
Yeah.
You got to pull him in.
For me, I think the best way to describe this movie is, like, obviously this is colored by everything going on in the world right now.
Yes.
But all I could think about was we have joke inflation in this movie to the point where you're making too many jokes. Jokes no longer have value. I'm not laughing. I'm tired of jokes. Like 3 per minute. I don't need that many fucking jokes.
Except
That's fair.
The goats are great. The goats can do no wrong.
The goats were great, but the fact that it was like I stopped caring about any humor in the movie, and when they actually got towards the end and it became an action movie, I was like, now I enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay. It's funny you bring that up.
Hour plus, I was like, I don't care. I don't care.
It is good that you bring that up because first things, the opening act, everything is extremely rushed, right?
So rushed.
Everything's super rushed.
Yeah, they got
And
where they needed, like,
it feels like there's
half hour?
3 movies starting. Like there's, I will do it in spoilers, but there's Jane Foster, there's Gore, and then there's another part of the movie that is in the marketing, but they don't really explain why they're going there, so I'm not going to spoil it right now. But those could have been 3 separate movies. You could have done just the Gore movie, and then you could have done Jane and then Omnipotent City. Like, I just said it.
That's fine.
And then
Anybody who hasn't seen the movie doesn't know what that means.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then or you could have done this one as just like Jane and Gore, I don't know. It felt like a weird side mission type of thing. Either way,
I really think it was, there was too much going on. I even think Jane and Gore might have been too much to handle for one movie.
yeah, like to what you said, it could have
I would have
completely been
preferred
separate.
Jane and Gore. I mean, like, I would.
Hey,
if you
let
cut-
it just
yeah.
be Jane and take Thor out of it completely, just Jane face off against Gore.
I think that's
cool.
All
Yeah.
Cool by me.
So I also, I put a bit too jokey at times. We already went over that, but it is true.
I think a bit is an understatement.
Yeah. Completely unfocused. It so doesn't know what it wants to do the entire time. But it knows how to not do things in style. You know what I mean?
That's a good
Like, that's the
point.
best way to put it. It knows how to fuck up in style, and that's what kept me engaged, because I do think the movie gets better in the second half when all of the plot elements are coming together. But and like even then, like the action sequence, like I was so surprised when it's a spoiler, so because it's clearly in the third act, and I realized why they didn't put anything from the third act in the trailers.
Yeah.
Because there is such a big holy fucking shit, I can't believe this is in this movie vibe. And it's like a huge part of the Marvel comics.
Yes.
And they
100%.
just treat it like it's a fucking like side character, like a
It's just
non-essential.
Like, this can happen.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just like we're gonna introduce this mechanic, and we're not gonna act like this is bigger than the fucking Infinity Stones.
yeah.
That was kind of wild to me.
Talking about the goats, right?
Talking
The
about
goats, yeah. The other really weird inclusion on the plot that I didn't see coming, and I'll just spoil it, is the kids. The kids are weird.
I had a
It's
big problem with
weird
this.
justification. You didn't have. I wasn't.
You're making Gore the Pied Piper.
Well, that's Yeah,
that's it. That's what I thought. Like, oh, here he comes with a little flute. You know
That's
what
the
I mean?
problem I
Like-
had with Gore, was that I was like, if you're going to make him this boogeyman kind of figure, taking all the kids and doing that kind of shit, but like, it's like, do you want to kill gods or do you want to do this? And I know this is in service of that, but I was like, not really.
The fact
I
that
thought he
how
took the
little
kids.
god killing there was,
Yes.
was incredible. It's like, wow, you're really building up this villain. You know, like all we really ever see him do is just like steal kids and make shadow monsters.
Kill a single god to become Gore.
All right, so yeah,
we'll start.
I think
I
we've
think
gotten
it's
gotten through
That's 10 minutes in the movie.
non-spoilers.
How long is the movie?
2 hours.
2
It's
hours, like
153.
159 or some shit. Like it's in 150 range. Either way, though.
Before we move on, Jess, do you have anything?
Yeah, that's
you
what
want
I'm
to
gonna
say
get
about it?
to. So like everybody non-spoiler.
I mean, okay. I have things to say like when we get up to
Okay, yeah,
spoiler
yeah.
stuff.
Okay. But if you were to rate it, actually, I have a new rating system.
Okay.
Pass fail.
Listening.
I kind of like pass fail, but what's your new rating system?
Let me pull it up because I wrote it down. It
All right.
was very important.
While you're doing that, right now on Rotten Tomatoes, it sits at a 68 for the tomato meter. And did you look? What do you think it sits at for the audience score, Pat and Jess? What are your-
85.
Jess?
Wait, what was the first number?
68 for the tomato meter. What do you think audience score is? PAK is 85.
75.
81.
Okay,
Jess
Cool.
wins because she didn't go over.
Nice.
I said 85.
Price is
Yeah,
right.
you went
rules,
over.
baby.
Price is
What
right
is it?
rules.
81.
Oh, okay, so it dropped.
Oh, was it 85
Yes,
when
it
you
was
looked?
85.
Oh, so you cheated.
Hey, listen, bro. I just came prepared for the meeting. All
Just
right?
makes
that's
me think
fair.
about
Okay.
like everybody else in the theater was like laughing and having a good time, and I was like, how have I become this cynical that I'm like mad at everybody else in the theater for thinking
I
this
wasn't.
is
I
this
was
is
laughing.
the best Thor movie? It's so
It's not.
funny.
It's so okay.
No,
well, here's the other thing too. Is
To be
that-
fair, the Thor movies have kind of sucked along the way.
yeah, and that's the other
Yeah.
thing too. Can we like stop pretending that the Thor movies before this were good? It was just Ragnarok. It's
Ragnarok
truly
was great.
I like the Dark World, even though it's not. I like the Dark World better than Thor, but I also feel like since it's like a 3-point difference on Rotten Tomatoes, how big of a difference are the movies? Either way, though. So here was what I wanted to do. Instead of doing out of 10, we do out of 5 because I have actual like numbers correlating
Criteria.
to words. So 1 would be shit, 2 is bad, 3 is average, 4 is great, and 5 is incredible.
It's a 3. It's
I would
painfully
put
average.
yeah, I would say it's
Yeah.
a 3 as well.
Yeah.
Nick's gonna give it a 2.
He's gonna give it a 2.
Give me the words again. Shit,
Bad,
poop,
average, good.
stank, rank.
Venti.
Venti.
It's it's shit, bad, average, great, and incredible.
I guess average, yeah, because it's like it's like such just a blockbuster movie, but it's like it's disappointing for somebody who's come to expect a certain level from Marvel. Like you said,
Yeah.
it's like Kevin Feige really lost sight of this one.
He's got a well. I don't think he had it in his sights at all. I genuinely believe like he's got to rein it in.
Yeah.
Like
And I
you can't
like
go-
Taika Waititi a
like,
lot. I think
they're
he's
going
great.
they're going back to 3 movies a year as opposed to 4 because they've been catching up with the pandemic and everything. The shows like they've already got like 190 million subs.
Here's what I'm gonna
They
say.
got to have somebody else do the shows, and I think after the failure of Obi-Wan Kenobi, they're gonna step back and be like, we got to change. Like that Cassian Andor show is 100% 2 seasons, 12 episodes each. Like they're really
Right.
going for it with that one.
good. Not that I'm really excited for Cassian Andor, but
yeah.
I really like that. It makes sense to have Feige focus more on the movies because all of the Marvel shows have been like pretty underwhelming at best.
Bog standard awful. Yeah.
Yeah. I think you said it best, Pat, where it's like this movie was like it failed, but it failed within the box of its failure. Like,
yeah.
like,
It
you know,
failed in style.
it
yeah.
failed. Yeah, we're following style.
We're not aiming for the truck.
Did it achieve what it was trying to achieve? Yes.
No,
I
no,
think it
don't
did.
think so
I think
at
it
all.
did.
I think it left a lot on the table. I think there was so much potential in a lot of these scenes.
But I think you're seeing what you would like out of it versus what they were trying to do.
No. I genuinely like because I've seen them succeed doing what they try to do, and that was Ragnarok. And it was very clear from this one that they tried to go like a 1980s like sorcery and sword vibe.
Yeah.
With like this space fling to it, like a Masters of the Universe.
Exactly.
Kind of like a space opera.
And it just did not hit all the same notes. And I feel like had they taken some stuff out and fleshed the stuff they left in more, and for the love of God, these movies can be 2.5 hours.
Do it.
They don't have to be 2 hours. You don't have to hack 40 fucking minutes out of the movie. Like, I get it. They're but like the Marvel solo movies have always been 2 hours, but you have a baked in audience that will see these movies over and over and over again.
Right.
Like, this can breathe a little bit more. It didn't have to be 2 hours. It could have been longer. There
felt
could have been an
suffocating.
extra. Yeah, like it was constricted. If you want to do 3 fucking plot lines, awesome. You know what other movie did that? Avengers Endgame, and it's 3 fucking hours long. So I'm not saying that we need 3 hour long Marvel movies. What I am saying is that like you have the audience. You don't have to treat us like we're
serve
children.
the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Serve the audience, goddammit.
Yeah.
All right, so for me, yeah, so everybody gives it a 3. So three out of 5.
Look, like, yeah, if you like the other,
If you like Marvel, you're gonna like it. That's all. It's what it's at.
you're going
All
to
right.
see it. It's
So-
more of that.
Let's go to spoilers. So I said all the cast and characters are good, besides for one. Which one do you guys think it is, Nick?
Part of me thinks that you're gonna say Taika Waititi as Korg.
I was going to say that too.
I was gonna say Christian Bale.
We're all wrong.
Do you know anything about Pat?
You're all
He
right.
would
It's
suck Christian
Thor.
Bale's dick if
It
he showed
is.
up.
It's Thor.
What?
It's Thor. Thor is too fucking stupid. He's so
you're not saying
goddamn dumb
not
in this
performance.
movie.
He's written poorly.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's so
I thought
bad.
we were saying bad performance.
No, I mean, Chris Hemsworth is great.
Yeah.
in anything
Yeah,
he's
he's
in.
got the character dialed
But
in.
oh my god, he's not this dumb. Like I get it.
He's also kind of regressed a lot. Like it felt like his character development from the previous movies was wiped away.
But that was the whole point of him, like, you know, doing all of this shit to like lose himself and just like retreat inward.
But like I feel like it kind of like it's exactly what he's. I kind of agree with him in the sense that like, you know, Thor 1, it was prove yourself worthy. It happened in a desert like overnight, but he proved himself worthy. It sold me on that.
Right.
Thor Ragnarok was let's strip you of everything that you have and rebuild you from the bottom up, right? Then they did that then they did Infinity War, you know, the search for Stormbreaker and everything. And then they did Infinity War, and since he didn't kill Thanos, he sunk into a dark depression, was this deep character, watched his brother get murdered 3 times.
Yeah.
And like he's this really complex layer. He knew about the decimation of Xandar in Infinity War. Like,
Right, the dude's
he had
been alive
he's been
hundreds,
through a
thousands
lot
of
of
years or
fucking
whatever.
shit. And in this movie, he acts like a child the entire time that hasn't gotten out of the 3rd grade. However, it should be in the 5th grade. Like,
But reads at a 5th grade level.
yeah, but reads at a 5th grade level. So that's kind of my point, is that they stripped away all of the mythological lore from Thor's background by writing him like a fucking moron. And I'm not like sitting here going like, it ruined the movie. But it was fucking annoying at times to be like, dude, of course, like, what are you talking about, dude? You're fucking Thor. Like, you should have way more confidence than this. You had to, like,
I feel like for the first half of the movie, there wasn't a single character that I found likable,
Yeah.
including especially Thor. I like, but I mean, I wasn't rooting for anybody the whole time.
I think that's good with your point where, like, now that I'm listening to you say that and being like, yeah, like there was no weight to any single character.
Yeah.
To the point where I was like, okay, yeah, like you said, Thor is a complicated, complex, like really interesting character. And I feel like a lot of what they did was just pull out all the weight so they could just make jokes about shit.
Yeah.
And like that completely ruined a lot of the movie for me. Cause it's like, okay, well, it's like you are setting it up for a joke, not for anything else.
right. My favorite character in the movie was Mighty Thor, actually. She had no character arc, and she didn't learn her lesson or anything like that. And I'm really not, but she has a good on-screen presence, and I'd like to see her utilized better.
Well,
Well, I don't know if you can, but
Nah.
I think
You guys didn't stay for the post credits, did you?
yeah, I did.
yeah.
Okay, there'll be some shit where it's like, I built this portal, or something
We
like
can
that.
go to Valhalla now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, and he'll be like, I'll be able to see Jane.
The old ex-girlfriend.
That being said, the old ex-girlfriend,
That old elf. That naughty old elf.
watching her die from cancer like that was upsetting and kind of cringe at the same time.
Why did she disintegrate?
Because
She died in
She died in
battle.
battle.
She died
Did
in
that
battle.
happen to other characters in the?
It happened to
Did Anthony
his
Hopkins
dad
disintegrate?
Yeah.
to Odin.
What about Heimdall? Did he disintegrate?
I think he phased, just
No,
like,
he's in Valhalla. It doesn't matter. But
Yeah, but I wanna know
did.
how-
I
did
thought he just like
To
they
me,
just like
this-
changed the
this-
opacity on him. and
This
that's how it
feels
went away.
like in the original Star Wars when they go to the cantina and they chop the guy's arm off and there's blood on the ground, and then every time after that it's like a cauterized wound. It's like, why did that limb get cut off? And
Yeah,
there's
it's
blood?
exactly what it is. But what are we talking about?
You liked Mighty Thor.
Oh yeah. It was cringe and upsetting to see her die of cancer because one, I have witnessed and I have lived that life of someone dying, like someone close to you,
Right.
like and you just watch them wither away over the weeks. It's fucking awful. So that's why when they were like, painting her up to look, I was like, oh man, that's rough. Like I know that. But
Do you
then
think
when
they
she
shot the
just
cancer
died,
stuff before she bulked up?
I think the cancer stuff's CG, and
I think
and
also
she's
a good-
actually bulked up.
She's not that yoked though, like
No, she is.
not that fully. Like they gave her some. They gave her a
No,
little
she's
bit of
that yoked for sure.
Really?
Yes. Have you seen pictures of her?
No.
Don't you dare
you like
talk
yoked?
about Natalie Portman.
She's goated.
She's totally
Just
yoked.
go to it with the sauce.
The sauce. Either way, though,
Did you notice?
but hold on. The cringe part though is when she died in his arms, because I was like, it wouldn't happen like that. It wouldn't be 20 minutes from when you were last conscious to
Well-
that point, no matter what act, because it just,
A little
you know what I'm
nitpicky
saying? Like,
here.
Yeah, well, the whole thing was, it's like she gets the hammer because the hammer will give her the strength, but the hammer is also preventing anything from like it's sapping too much energy from
I
her.
called that shit too. Remember
Yeah.
when I was like, I bet you she's
Oh, you
got
mean that
cancer.
plot point from the fucking comic books?
Yeah.
You called it.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, you don't know what they're gonna do because, like I said, they always just mash shit up. And this
Right.
one, they took Gore the God Butcher, Zeus, and fucking and Mighty Thor, 3 separate comic runs, and we're like, let's just put it all into
It would have
one.
been cool if they just set up Jane to be the next Thor,
Which would
rather
be
than
dumb
her
because
her
she's
entire
4 years
Thor
older than
run.
Chris Hemsworth. Chris Hemsworth.
Well, I mean, Chris Hemsworth probably has
Chrissy boy.
fatigue from being in the Marvel universe and playing the character, whereas Natalie Portman, if they're about to say like, "Hey, sign a 7, 8, 9, 10 movie contract with us as this character," she'll be like, "Hell yeah!" I don't know.
Chris
Yeah, so-
Hemsworth did go on record after this saying he'll just play it as many times at this
Really?
point. Yeah. And he's the most massive he's ever been
Dude,
for any
he looked
movie.
fucking crazy.
He is. I mean, he's
huge.
100% juicing because he's in his 40s, and nobody in their 40s organically retains that muscle mass. He had to eat 8 times a day.
Yeah,
Like,
like to eat like 6,000
To
calories a
yeah,
day. Like,
and shoot
like
up.
Elvis.
Yeah,
Elvis, just like Elvis,
and put needles in your ass to
just like Elvis.
just like Elvis.
How many chickens do you think died at the altar of Chris Hemsworth's body?
This lean meat
There's so much chicken.
Don't
and
forget the
fish
eggs.
and
on the shit,
chicken,
okay.
fish, eggs, rice, vegetables, pork.
I just picture him sitting at a table. More.
Another.
Feed me.
People with like shovels shoveling food onto his plate.
So I have this note here. It says Gore's a great villain. He's a great villain. He's underwhelming. Like, I think when he has them all captured in the dark, which that was cool cinematography.
in the dark world.
The
When
dark-
when he's like just shows up in there.
yeah,
in the cage.
No. When he got the 3,
Planet.
he's got Valkyrie.
Oh, right.
You know that other character they were with that just
Oh,
didn't do
right,
anything the whole
yeah.
movie. That
got-
was
she got
there.
stabbed.
She
got
was
stabbed.
there because she was in the last movie and people really liked her.
Right.
When they're in that, when they all get captured and he's like, call the axe, right? when Christian Bale's chewing up the scenery, and like he gets to, explain his plight and actually be like, oh, Gore actually has a point that the gods are kind of fucking assholes and they have to die. I wish I just got to see that though.
That's
You know?
Yeah.
What you said,
I got
like,
to see Thanos take over planets. Like I got to see Thanos,
Right.
kill Loki and show how visceral
we got to
he
see
is.
Gore.
And he killed Heimdall too.
Yeah, we got to see Gore just kind of like break up a town. Some cars
Steal
catch on
some
fire, steal some kids.
Yeah.
It was like Detroit,
he was incredibly menacing. I thought the design of the character and the way he would make the shadows appear was incredibly cool, and I would have liked more of that, of him being a villain rather than.
What do you think of his voice? He was like, all that
Sounded
shit.
like
Very
Christian
Voldemort-y,
Bale. Yeah,
but-
it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I would go back to my original point before the movie where they could have just made him like a cool alien with like the Twi'lek head. He didn't need to be ashy.
What I did think was super cool was, he did get very ashy, but I thought it was super cool that in the beginning, like you see he has all the like the tribalism tattoos for the god, and then he's like cut himself
Scar
up
him.
to scar
Yes,
himself
I
to
thought
like
that was
literally
cool,
remove
too.
all of the
Yeah.
tattoos, and I was like, that's such a cool like
Detail.
that they don't
Yeah.
even talk about or
Yeah.
touch. It's just like he's renounced it and has like carved that from his body. It felt like Mad Max almost.
Right. You know what's funny about that is that
Nothing.
there were scenes inspired by Thunderdome, specifically when Korg is telling the story of Thor in the beginning of the movie.
They spent a lot of time on montage.
Yeah,
They
because Taika
did.
Waititi wanted
And
voice acting
honestly,
credits. Like,
I find it quite cheap to play footage from old movies, like in a montage, refreshing the viewer what happened.
The viewer can watch the last.
I
Fucking
know
movie.
exactly, and they did that in this first one. I was like, in the first like opening, the opening montage. I was like, lame.
And the closing montage.
Oh, I guess you're right. They did do that as well.
They wasted so much time. Like it's under 2 hours, and they wasted. I don't know,
10 minutes.
10 minutes on montage.
I keep saying that this is like 3 movies in one. That's because there is a 4-hour director's cut of this movie. That
I
exists.
saw an article, and again, it was like probably bullshit, but it was like recently Taika Waititi said like, I don't like director's cuts.
Yeah, he
They
did
should-
say that. Yeah, I watched the podcast he was on that said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get he's saying he doesn't like director's cuts, but also at the same time, it's just like director's cuts exist for a reason. You know what I mean? Like this is supposed to be like the director's untouched, unmolested by studio
Unadulterated.
heads.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, but director's cuts have kind of taken on like this legendary status that like more is better and everything. And like I just said, he said that, but he also has a 4-hour version of this movie. And the other thing is that like it's so obvious there isn't a tight script, because if you shot a 4-hour movie and they cut it down to 2 hours, what story could possibly be left? You know what I mean?
That's a good question.
Also, there's scenes with Jeff Goldblum, there's scenes with Peter Dinklage, and there's scenes with Lena Headey, who got paid $7 million to do this movie. That's a fucking
Yep.
supporting roles, and he just cut her out. So like, what did they keep? You know what I mean? What
You know
was
what
left?
they kept
Screaming goats.
Thor talking to his axe and to his hammer. That was
Yeah.
more important.
Did you guys hear what Jeff Goldblum said about him being cut?
What?
He was like,
Say it like Jeff Goldblum.
I
Jeff
don't want to do
Goldblum.
that.
Come on. Just
He literally was like, he's like, I'm not in the movie. He's like, my presence is in the movie, and those of you that will feel it will feel it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, it's just like being an asshole about it.
Lena Headey's actually getting sued by her old representation for saying that she didn't pay them for getting her the job or whatever. Yeah,
What? Like,
yeah.
Because
Something
she got
like-
cut from the film.
It's some weird, like, she's just claiming that she wasn't paid for it, or that the agency wasn't paid for their work and helping her get roles or whatever, right? It's just wild that comes up at the same time as like this. So that's
Not
like
being-
that's how
yeah.
those controversies get twisted.
Yeah.
Together. That's how it kind of came out too, that she was in there and got cut. So it's like it's weird. It's like what was who would have she been in the MCU? You know, and now does she get a second chance? You know,
oh, that's interesting.
you know?
Actually, yeah.
like that's kind of where I'm going with You know,
And like if they release the director's cut,
what does a 4-hour MCU movie look like?
looks like a Zack
I'd
Snyder.
watch it.
I'd watch it.
You shut your mouth.
Don't you say that out loud.
What if it's like this is the greatest comic book movie ever made, and it's like, all right, then put it out.
So I feel like we've kind of strayed a bit from the movie. Russell Crowe.
as Zeus?
I thought he was a lot of fun. I enjoyed watching him.
What was that accent though?
Yeah, I don't. It was an Italian Greek accent. Like, I mean, I guess it's Mediterranean, but it was just like,
Yeah, I guess that's what they were
Jess,
going
what'd
for.
you
It
think
was
of
like
fucking Mario.
it was like another Tom Hanks thing, like, you know.
How'd you like Chris Hemsworth's ass?
Oh, it was great. I mean, like I was looking at
Doesn't quit.
his arms were so big,
Yeah.
and they were like really they oiled
Like
they
his
oiled
back
those
and his
bad boys
shoulders.
up.
yeah.
Yeah.
What'd you guys think of his R.I.P. Loki tattoo?
That was so fucking funny. Yeah, like when that.
Yeah, that was cute.
I blew too hard, damn
You
it.
you flicked too hard. I would have liked more of those type of jokes where it was like not beat you over the head with
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
I think to the point where it was like, again, where it was like a joke completely removed all the seriousness is when they're going to the dark world and to that planet, and then they just kind of crash into it because they're a lot bigger and it looks farther away. It's funny, but I was just like,
When the
this
goat-
is literally
when
the
the go-
boss's like arena.
When
and
the goat screamed.
And it was
after-
scary too up
Yeah.
until that point.
Yeah.
The color sucks away and it's like mysterious and it's like, okay, anything that I felt going into that scene is now gone.
you did like a Monty Python
What did you
joke.
guys think of when like they had the lightning lighting them up? It was like a light source for them. That looked cool.
It was- yeah. and
when the
that
color
was cool.
came back for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, so the lightning had like a gold glow. Mjolnir had like a blue glow around it. Like that was really cool.
Yeah. It's weird that the weapons are sentient.
That's the thing. It's like
And, like,
was that a thing in past movies?
Slightly.
I think they're playing it up for the joke, obviously, but like the hammer is supposed to be like it's a magical incantation. The other thing too is that I read a lot online, specifically around Mjolnir, that people are like, she just got the hammer for no reason. And while I think it's a little bit undercooked, and that's why you might feel that way, they absolutely give it a reason why. That Thor enchants it to protect her.
Yeah.
And it makes total sense then that if she called to it, or it would call to her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that makes absolute sense.
100%.
You know? So,
I thought the way it broke apart and like
that
the
was
shrapnel.
so
Yeah, that was cool.
So cool.
cool. I mean, like, could Thor not do that?
No, because it had obviously it had broken, and then it's just reforming itself. So now it's just like a new weapon almost.
New feature.
Yeah, it got
the
the skill
iOS
tree
update.
unlocked. You know.
Yeah, no, and I liked her suit too. I liked Mighty Thor's suit. I like the helmet. The helmet looked good on her. The helmet looked stupid on him.
Did you notice when they first get to Omnipotent City and she, like her helmet just assembles on her head? The CGI. And
Yeah,
this could
why?
Be my CGI, like I'm calling it out a lot more than I like to, but it had no shadows. And you could tell when it cut to a side angle, she's wearing a physical helmet. And then when it goes back to the forward angle, the CGI, they didn't put any shadows, so it just looks pasted on her face.
I think it just looks super. Like I don't know why they did that. Like
Didn't
when
look good.
it materialized on her face, I was like, what? Why are you doing this? Like, what's the point of any of that?
Yeah, none of that bothered me. I thought it was very shiny.
Usually you're very big to criticize bad CGI.
Can we
I
talk?
don't think it
bothered.
was that
Can we
bad.
talk about the kids in the final battle, please?
I loved it.
I am
okay.
like,
I loved it.
So
I am like itching.
first of all, I was like, hold up, hold the fucking phone. We can just
Captain Planet.
we
this.
can
Like,
just give other people our power. Okay. Two, the kids was a weird ploy. It could have been anything else. It could have been Gore just wanted to kill the Asgards, or he wanted to kill the Asgardians, or he wanted to wipe off, or he wanted to go straight to the altar of eternity. He did not need the kids. The kids were absolutely unnecessary.
Well, he used the kids as a reason to entice Thor out. To
I think
get,
he could have.
yeah, but it could have been
Bifrost.
literally anything else.
He could have.
He was already on to Thor was already onto him when they were killing God, when he was butchering gods. Like
It was.
it could have been anything else.
They could have also like done more of a play with. I know they wanted to like empower Mighty Thor more, but like he could have like done some shit with Jane, or like was like causing her to die, or like you could have done an
How
angle with
about this?
that would have
I
made it
mean,
more weight.
Valkyrie, you know, they
Yeah.
didn't really do anything with Valkyrie. Use her.
Yeah, there's a lot of like, why did you fucking have kids as like the linchpin of the plot?
Notice how
Either way,
nobody's
I
brought
really
up
thought they
Korg
were-
at this point.
We'll get to
Yeah.
I thought the kids were great. I liked little Axel.
He's cool.
But,
He's just good to have another Heimdall around.
When they got imbued with power, I thought that battle was fucking funny as hell.
Yeah,
and I
it
really
was.
enjoyed it.
However, it was just absolutely not. I mean, there's a screaming goat, so I can't really say like it's nonsense. But I don't know. I just wasn't into it. I just thought the kids were absolutely unnecessary to the plot.
I
and-
agree. Where like the girl's holding her like little, bear,
So-
and it's like shooting like. And
Yeah.
I was like, this is. I feel like if you want to do that, like that was just for children. Like that
Yeah.
literally was for kids to be like, oh look what they're
Well,
doing.
I guess that I'm a kid.
You're a
then.
kid.
Can
I'm
we-
a kid at heart.
Can we talk about the altar of eternity? So
Oh, I agree with what you were saying before. Well,
What?
it was like, why was this not a more major point? It was a thrown away thing that this should be like
And they- yeah.
universe shattering.
yeah,
so-
Zeus is like, he's never gonna make it there, and they're like, oh well, I guess that's what he's
So
doing.
this
Like,
is like what I was introduced to eternity at. This is what he looks like in the comics, right?
Cool.
He's basically the whole universe,
mhm.
right? I loved the whole like water sky
Yeah.
environment. That was dope as fuck.
that was cool.
It looked like that one level in Bloodborne when you fight the bug monster. Some other interpretations, but basically the same design,
An entity.
an entity.
Was Galactus in the movie?
No, Galactus was not in the
Who
movie.
was the? Was it the?
There was Celestials.
Yeah, they were just
okay.
Celestials.
And you're thinking of Arashim, and no, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah. I was thinking of
Um,
Arasham.
So either way, though, introducing him should have been like a big, oh my fucking god, they are really. But in this, it's just like, oh yeah, he's right over there.
Yeah, he's
And-
just sitting. He's not saying anything. He's just like literally.
No character,
No.
nothing, and like, and even then, it was just like, this would have been Thanos' plot.
That's what I'm saying. Where it's like Nick said, where it was okay. Well, that's what he's doing, I guess.
And all it would have taken was one line of dialogue or something where like I think would have made more sense is instead of Gore being betrayed by his gods to become the God Butcher, I think Gore should have been influenced by his god to be the God Butcher and get the Necro Sword. That would have been at least given him purpose. And it would have there has to be some sort of rule set up that Thanos couldn't access eternity. Why couldn't he get to eternity?
Also-
he didn't have the power of the Bifrost. There you go.
Why didn't
like, you know
why
what I
didn't
mean?
Gore
Like
want to kill eternity if all gods are bad?
Is
exactly.
Eternity God?
It's a a celestial figure, a top thingy.
Here's
but
what I think. I don't mind that he felt betrayed by his god. I thought that's great. What I did have a problem with is when he met his own god, and he's like, "Oh, why are you celebrating?" He's like, "Oh, because we stopped that guy with that weapon that could bring down
Oh, yeah,
all
that
the
was
gods
stupid, yeah.
that you
right
accidentally
next to
cut
you."
yourself on. Yeah.
Yeah, like that thing right there near you that could bring all gods down.
Don't touch that big red button. Like,
Yeah,
man.
stupid.
All gods
All gods.
must die.
I did like how the gods all had gold blood, like
Yeah, that
that
was
kind of
cool.
thing. That was a cool.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, you got like actual blood, and then it was like on them and all metallic. I was like, that's cool looking.
It's like golden blood.
Yeah.
Drink it in. All right. So, anyone else for spoilers? The only other thing I have is just I fucking love the goats. I thought the goats are great. Tooth Gnasher and Tooth Smasher are their names.
I didn't know their names.
Yeah, and they're great inclusions. Korg is whatever. The conservatives that saw the movie, they did not like the way that Korg procreates, and they happily
With
put
the man,
that
yeah.
on the internet.
Yeah.
Well, you got that, and Valkyrie,
Yeah,
I think,
yeah.
is
referred to as a king, and they don't like
kid-
that
well,
either.
that, and
The
it's like
king.
talking about like ex-girl. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of gay representation in the movie. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
and they didn't hide it.
I'm sure they were not happy about it.
Yeah.
All those conservatives.
Jess, how do you feel?
Wait, I actually, just to change the subject, if we're still talking about spoiler stuff,
Yes.
I feel like there should have been more stuff with like the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah,
Like they were like
yeah.
in it and out of it. Like, I wanted to see more of that, you know?
It felt weird to see Peter Quill as like a supporting character in a movie.
It literally
Like-
was
Yeah.
trailer bait.
And they
Yeah.
and they
100%.
all kind of sucked too. Like it didn't feel like their characters were right. It felt like they were all in a really pissy mood for some reason.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that, like they're ineffective because now it's like Thor is the
Yeah.
Deus Ex Machina, and
And I
That's
thought this
true, yeah.
movie was gonna be like Thor and the Guardians
Me
of the
too.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That
That's
would've
what
been
they
really
set up
cool.
in Endgame, and it really wasn't that. Because when you realize when Thor goes back to Asgard, it's like, oh, he could have done that at any time. He's not just like, yeah, I'm gonna leave this all behind and go find out who I am. It's literally like, hey, I'm back. What's going on?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and it's also weird that Asgard is like this this
Tourist
mon-
village
this
with-
tourist like Montauk type of vibe where it's like they definitely
With
shot
cruise
Jaws
ships,
out
like,
there,
yeah.
like, you know what I mean? And like it's they're having meetings in this community center. Like it's just weird. Like even when Asgard moved like from the sky to like, you know, the Midwest in like the comics, they still built that shit up like Asgard, you know what I
Right.
mean? They still put up towers and everything. So
Yeah, they're still working on it.
all right, you guys want some trivia real quick?
I do.
Some trivia. All right. So Christian Bale almost dropped out of this film due to scheduling conflicts. Bale usually prefers to have wider gaps between projects, but he only had 3 days after finishing shooting a film in Los Angeles and starting the mandatory COVID-19 quarantine in Australia. It was his children who eventually convinced him to take this role.
Oh, I was gonna ask, is Gore's daughter, is that Chris Hemsworth's daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the 29th film in the MCU.
Holy shit.
Yeah, you don't think about that.
Yeah,
Af-
you don't think about that, Mike.
after-
I don't.
after-
You don't think about that.
Oh, I don't-
Black Panther comes out in November. After
That's
that
30?
one, we're going to rank all 30.
Okay.
Yeah, I will get Ryan on the episode.
The ship that Thor, Jane, and Valkyrie use to go after Thor has a nod towards a Tom Cruise film. The neon light over the cabin of the ship is
Yeah.
called the Cocktails and Dreams. This is what the bar is called that Tom Cruise opens at the end of the movie Cocktail. All right, so not big Tom Cruise fans, I see. Anyway, during the fight in Omnipotent City, the guards do not splatter red blood when injured. This is a reference to the storyline of Zeus and I think it's Danae.
Maybe. I don't know.
How you spell it?
Danae. It's Greek, so
Yeah, probably like Danae.
yeah, it would be Danae.
Mike, you know Greek?
No.
No, but I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey for like over 100
No, but
hours.
I'm blindly confident. So.
like Nike, you actually say it Nike. That's the god of victory, I believe, right?
Nike.
Just do
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
Just do it.
the god of just getting it done. So
The most Italian way you could have said that.
yeah, one of the few.
Just like Russell Crowe. Just do it.
One of the few MCU films to have started a press junket without releasing a trailer prior. That's the other thing. This sets the record for shortest time between for a film this big to release a trailer and have a wide release in theaters.
Yeah, it came
And
out.
they made
like,
$150 million on opening weekend. They don't
was a-
need fucking year-long ad campaigns anymore.
it was a $200 million budget, right?
Probably somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Taika Waititi's direction on this film. Wait, what the fuck? Direction job on this film makes him the first person to direct more than one Thor film. It also makes Thor the first Avenger to have 4 solo movies. It's wild, right? You didn't think Thor would come
You don't
out
think
ahead.
about that.
You
Spider
don't-
Man's had like
you don't
20
think about
movies.
but I'm talking about
I
in,
know,
like
singular.
yeah, and
character,
it's
yeah.
like weird that like who thought fucking Thor would be the one to, you know, go the distance.
Yeah, it's weird.
And then so Natalie Portman's she worked out and dieted for 10 months to obtain that physique.
That's wild. That's dedication.
Yeah, dude.
Yoked.
I'm dying on this hill that there's no CGI.
No, that's fine. I mean, like, you don't think they've even CGI'd Chris Hemsworth in like?
They don't have to.
I
That
don't
costs
know.
money and time.
I mean, there's already so much CGI in the movie already anyway.
You
Yeah,
get
so
to see uncensored ass. So
you could
You know that
literally
wasn't
see that
CGI.
in the mirror too. You could just turn around and be like,
I
"Ah,
do not have his ass.
There it is.
It's just the one thing I've got. I've
I
got
would-
Chris Hemsworth.
Would
ass.
you guys, if there was a poster of Chris Hemsworth's naked back, would you put it up?
If it
I
had
think
like
I
the
would.
R.I.P. Loki and shit.
Yeah,
on it,
no, like from the movie, not just Chris Hemsworth. I mean,
What about you, Jess? You
Thor.
seem pretty giddy.
it's
She's like, it'd be above my bed on the ceiling.
I'd put it up.
Yeah.
Put it up every time.
Put it up.
Can't stop me.
Make
All
my
right.
phone background.
So gross. Anyway, okay.
Nice.
So with that said, clip of the week.
Clip of the week.
Oh, wait.
Boom.
Wait, hold on. Actually, before we do that, I wanted to say some other things.
Okay, go for it.
I thought the ending was really weird. How like he like has a kid now.
Oh my God!
You're bringing up great
great points. You're
I know. I'm like, wait.
You're like, there's shit. There was
Because
Guardians of the
say
Galaxy.
I
Think
gotta
about
be
it.
because the other thing is that like these things are so inconsequential to the movie that they try and make it seem like a big deal that I literally don't remember them when I leave the theater because it's not integral to the plot at all.
Even though it's literally the fucking title.
the title of the movie.
Yeah.
Oh,
no.
yeah.
I did not think that's where they were going with that title. I was kind of expecting it to be more about like his relationship with Jane.
Yeah.
And that was like another thing how like you post all these pictures of like her in the suit and everyone on the internet's all like horned up about it and then you fucking kill her. Like
Yeah.
that's not right.
Also, the wig she was wearing when she was Mighty Thor was mighty noticeable. Like,
Yeah,
there-
but that's fine.
A bit
fine.
fluffy.
No,
it was
I draw a line at the fucking wigs.
It was
okay?
no Doctor Strange wig, but
Oh, that wig was
That was
bad.
really bad.
That was
So
a
bad.
bad
But it's
wig.
like it's all part of her powers that she gets from the hammer, whatever.
The powers
it's-
give her a wig?
Yeah, because her actual hair
Duh.
is much shorter than when she's Mighty Thor. Her hair is
When
growing
she's
out longer.
when she's Natalie Portperson,
Dr. Jane Foster.
Dr. Jane Foster. Or what was her catchphrase?
I've got
it's
cancer.
Morbid time.
Eat my hammer.
Eat my hammer.
So yeah, and then she what do you think her catchphrase was that she whispered into his ear and then died?
Oh.
That's a great fucking question. I don't know. Pussy belongs to me. I was gonna say, beat it up, daddy. Catch a charge.
She's like, I'm gonna go fuck your dad in Valhalla.
That's in the deleted scenes.
That's a great line.
I'll fuck all your friends. Maybe gonna sell more albums than you, motherfucker. Anyway,
I like it. They brought Sif back with one arm.
you know what? That's another great point. It's clear Taika Waititi has no interest in the Warriors 3 because he murdered the first 3, and Marvel was like, "Hey, hold off, because we need that other one for some other shit." And then he murdered her in this one too, right?
She's still alive.
Yeah, but as far
She got
as
one arm.
her time in
Nerfed
the
her.
MCU, it's over. It's
Yeah.
over. You know?
Yeah.
She had a
Put
good
her
run.
in the Loki TV show.
Hey man.
Was
Oh,
she's just
yeah.
gonna kick him in his balls and then that's it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything
Again.
else?
Then also like what did you guys think about that Hercules thing?
Ooh.
God, come on, I'm picking up the
Ooh.
slack here.
Well, I can't see again something that is important to talk about, but so inconsequential that I didn't even think to write it down.
I was very excited because I'm a Ted Lasso fan. So
Me too.
Okay.
Roy Kent.
One, why didn't Zeus stay dead?
He's Zeus.
Is
Yeah.
Zeus.
you can't like you can't kill Zeus with his own thunderbolt. It's just like a
No,
yes.
Yes.
but now Hercules has no fucking reason to go after Thor.
That's what I thought was stupid as shit. Was
He's
like,
got no motive. Dad's fine. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they were
Let's not start
disrespected.
shit with the God
but
of Thunder.
He's like,
like,
he's sitting there and then he's like, like, oh, that Thor, and then he's like, oh,
You
oh,
do it in the Italian voice.
oh, that's the Thor.
That Thor.
That's
This
the
the
Thor.
respect our family.
okay, it
But
wasn't
it
that
was-
bad, and
it
that was
was
kind of French at the
Commented
end.
It was
Dory.
pretty bad, but
R.I.P.
he was like fine with it, and he was like, "Ah, the kids will be kids," and he was like, "You know what? Fuck them kids. Son, go fight him." And then it's just stand up, and it's like, okay, now we have a fucking Hercules. Like,
That would be interesting. I would like to see how they do that in there's going to be another one of these because it's going to make gangbusters. And that was the last thing. Actually, before I go, you got anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay, the well is dried up.
you did your job.
There needs to be less time between sequels. You can't do sequels 5 years out. It just
Why not?
Was Ragnarok in 2017?
Ragnarok was in 2017, November
There was also a
2017.
pandemic. So.
Yeah, I get that.
No.
Fake.
Fake
News
news.
pandemic.
Planned.
Oh god.
But between Doctor Strange to 2016 to 2022, and that movie wasn't delayed.
There was a pandemic though.
That movie wasn't delayed though.
It was a pandemic.
So like
What about before?
Yeah, you need like 2 years in between.
What was?
Yeah,
How
you
long was
need
it
2
between
to 3
Dark
years.
World and Ragnarok?
Probably 3 years.
No, 2013 to actually hold on. I think Dark World was the
2014?
first one after Avengers.
Yeah, but like 2 to 3 years between them because
That's fine.
No, it wasn't. Okay.
No,
Okay.
like,
So
moving forward.
Dark World was 2013. Ragnarok was 2017.
right.
It's too fucking long. It's too fucking long. You gotta have more. Or you gotta have other crossovers.
Yeah, you got to either have more really quickly, or you got to just start doing a new character.
Can't do fucking
'Cause,
3
we
movies
can't-
in 15 years. You're out of your goddamn mind.
When did Thor? when did Thor first come? like-
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
think about
That's
that.
what I'm trying to
That's
say.
what
When
the
did Thor first come out? Like
2011.
2011. So
Holy shit!
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
these characters for 12 to like or 10 to 15 years.
Like you got to get these movies out in like 6 or 7 years. You know what I mean?
And then start doing new characters and get them.
Not
into
even
that
new
churn.
characters, or just do more crossovers. Like you can't do standalone movies every 5 years because I just don't care. And also,
Not everybody ages like Chris Hemsworth.
exactly, it's like how
The HGH is gonna run out. You know?
his heart's just gonna give up.
Supply chain shortage.
But
of,
yeah, so that was my
HGH.
last point. Is just they got to put out these movies
Is
closer
there a
together.
supply chain shortage?
Yeah, it's a supply chain shortage. Anything else from the Golden Well?
I feel like this. I mean, it was. I didn't hate it. It was fun. I think you need to go into it like not thinking that it's going to be like a major piece in the timeline puzzle. It kind of didn't really fit in anywhere. It was just like a side thing. And it felt like a parody of a Marvel movie.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's just another thing that we don't need. I didn't need this movie.
Yeah, like
I got a little triggered when you said that, so I think I do.
Well, I don't want to interrupt,
You're
but I do think it's important to say not every single movie needs to be universe shattering. I do like small individual outings, but like Jess said, it felt like it was just making fun of the rest of the Marvel
you can do
universe.
small individual outings, but you better fucking do them well.
And
like,
there's only one fucking superhero in the MCU that's gonna make fun. It's good, like gonna take the piss out of every other Marvel movie.
Peter Quill.
Yeah, no, and that's Deadpool. That's Deadpool 3.
that's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's
That
a
will
great point.
happen for sure. All right, so with that, clip
okay.
of the week.
Oh yeah, it's the clip of the week. Oh, it's the clip of the week. It's the clip of the week.
My chest really hurts. Just
Nick,
right
you
here
had
though.
you had the DJing Pope vibe when you were trying to
Yeah,
drop that
I did.
beat.
Call back.
All right,
Oh shit!
This is what you got?
this is what I got.
what
This
you
is the
got?
top of my
All right.
list today.
So they're already holding this down.
So these guys are on a swing, and
They're
But it's a
holding it
swing
down
with
so the
a
weight-
solid, not chains.
Where are they? Where?
definitely somewhere in England for sure.
All right, we're gaining speed.
This is an English swing set,
In it.
in it.
isn't it?
Flip, flip, flip.
This guy is.
Oh, come on. Oh, he's going to die. Pat, he's going to die. Okay. Okay.
It's a circus swing.
He goes for 3.
Oh!
Into the fence.
Wow.
He folds like a dollar bill. Hold on.
Holy shit. He gets
Where is
launched.
cursor.
Man.
Yeah, can you get.
So
like,
here we go.
Oh.
He is the letter L.
Brought
Not
to
the
you by.
direction I was expecting him to fly.
He planks out.
Look at that guy in the background, like, oh no!
And then watch, ready, watch. Like when he hits the
Oh,
fence, he's
fuck.
straight up. Like his neck landed right on the fence line.
His neck, his back.
Oh my god.
Got that.
Circle.
So did they stop the swing or did they stop the steal?
It'll stop itself. Stop the steal.
So yeah,
Oh, and then we get a foot shot right here. Look
I
at that.
hate, yeah. Little entertainment for
filming?
for our foot fetish people.
Oh well.
So my whole thing is like,
Back to
why do
flat.
people stop taping? You know what I mean? Like, I want to get the aftermath of
You're
the
a
hit.
journalist, Pat. You understand the
Look
importance.
at this.
Of,
Look, he lands on his feet technically, so I can't really be too.
Well,
mad.
It was 10 out of 10. He landed on his feet.
You know, I
well,
can't
his,
really be
his
too
feet
upset.
don't work anymore. So
Well, the rest, he's paralyzed from the neck down. So
landing on your feet's not gonna do much.
when your neck hits a fence post, it's just not the same
He
anymore.
does look like he has like a perfect dismount. Like
Dude,
he landed.
yeah, exactly. And like all he had to do was shift his weight forward, and he would have been fine. But his momentum, you know,
All he had to
carried
do
him
was
back.
not get chucked 15 feet to the
Dude,
fence.
look
Like,
at that. He's straight up. He's in there, dude. Like he's become one with the fence at one point.
Yeah,
Keep me
Nick,
in
you
there.
said that dude in the back like instantly knew there was gonna be a problem.
Yep.
God damn,
Well,
that's a good one.
that was a good one. If you have to say it's a good one, it's not.
I
But
don't know. Some of them I'm upset about.
like I said, I had one that was so bad I could not bring it on here. I was like, this is amoral. This good job, moralists.
You woke
moralists. And fuck you if you don't like it.
Real quick, before we end, do you want to see another Dall-E image that I made?
Sure.
Throw it in the drive real quick. Pull up
Don't
that
throw
drive.
it in the drive. Put it in the Discord.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh no. Oh no no no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
And this is another guess one, Nick.
No, I'll just because I don't have to crop it and shit. This one
This
This
one.
I did. What if R2D2 and C3PO had a baby?
What
if R2D2 and 3PO? 3CPO.
3CPO?
All right, it's in the Discord now. The best one is the
bo-
top, middle, and bottom middle.
Yeah.
I guess the bottom right is cool too. He's a little bit more of a teenager at that point.
They made him Iron Man on the top left.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh my god.
Look at
Oh no.
It's just a gold baby.
It's like the dancing baby. But gold.
But
Bottom middle.
father.
Why did you reject me, Daddy?
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah,
been
he looks
over. It's
pregnant.
been over a
He
year.
does
He's got another bun in the oven.
It's been a
pregnant,
year, Daddy.
Daddy.
I love that center bottom one.
Yeah, this is good.
Oh,
right.
shit. All right.
All right, cool. Thanks so much. We'll, you can check us out wherever podcasts are. Follow us on all the social media. It's underneath. Whatever you thought on whatever topic we talked about today, leave a comment below and let us know. You know, we love having really sour people come to our comment section. It's actually the best. Please say hateful things. No, don't say negative things, not hateful things. There's a difference.
Can't have hate in your heart.
Can't have hate in your heart. All right. See you next week. Goodbye.